Get out of here. People like you only dirty this neighborhood. That's what she said, snatching my driver's license from my hand, staring me down like I was nothing, then just letting it flutter to the concrete like yesterday's trash. And you want to know the real kicker? I'm 68 years old, just finished patching a loose shingle on my own roof, still gripping a hammer, not a word in my mouth. She thought she'd won right there. But what Tracy Bellwether didn't know, what she never even imagined, was that everything, every sneer, every slight was being streamed in real time to the 34th floor of a glass tower in Seattle, where my son sat in stunned silence. And in less than 40 minutes, a single phone call from that office would vaporize her entire family's $5 billion dream. Yeah, I know. Sounds wild, right? Maybe you think you know where this is headed. Trust me, you don't. The earthquake coming for her was bigger than she could ever imagine. So drop a comment, tell me where you're watching from, and don't blink, because the real punishment, her real education, hadn't even started. Let me roll back a minute, take you to where it all kicked off. One of those mornings where you figure, hey, maybe today will actually be peaceful for a change. Name's Isaiah Copeland. I figured after 68 years and more than my share of HOA drama, I'd built up enough patience to deal with any flavor of suburban nonsense they could cook up. Turns out I was wrong. Picture this. I'm 12 feet up on a rickety aluminum ladder over my old lakefront cottage, wrangling bolts on the most stubborn chunk of nostalgia you've ever seen, a brass eagle weather vane wings, spread spinning like a compass since my grandfather hammered it in place back in '87. That eagle's seen 30-odd years of Pacific Northwest storms and somehow kept its shine even when life all around it got a little rusted. Music's playing Duke Ellington. Take 5. Mixing in with the slap of water against my dock, a few joggers huffing by on the community trail. This is where I come to work with my hands, shake off the corporate world, and remember that there's more to life than what you build on a balance sheet. I retired from Boeing, yeah, but this little cottage, modest as it looks, means more to me than any mansion. So I'm cleaning the weather vane, lost in my thoughts, when this voice just slices through the quiet, like a chainsaw through butter. Hey, what do you think you're doing up there? I look down. There's Tracy Bellwether, arms crossed, wearing a designer tracksuit so crisp you'd think she was posing for a catalog. Expression hard enough to sour milk. She's the queen of standards around here, the self-appointed guardian of all things right and proper. Now Tracy's got that look. Hair sprayed into submission makeup, sharp enough to draw blood eyes scanning everything for signs of declining property values. But it's not her look that gets you, it's her energy, the kind that makes you realize she's already decided you're a problem. Good morning, Mrs. Bellwether, I say, being careful. Just routine maintenance on my weather vane. Beautiful day for it. Her lip curls like I'm some roach crawling across her marble floor. Maintenance, she repeats, voice rising like a siren. I don't see any work order or HOA approval for exterior modifications. Who exactly authorized you to be working on this property? I'm halfway down the ladder now, heart pounding, not from the height, but from the deja vu of years dealing with this same suspicion. Ma'am, this is my home. Been here since '87. My weather vane doesn't require HOA approval. She just stares, then demands ID and proof of ownership. I get it out slow. Nobody wants to make a sudden move in front of someone like Tracy. She studies my license like she's Border Patrol at a war zone, then hands it back by letting it fall. Oops, she says, butterfingers. I get nervous around people with tools. Right then, something shifts in me. I realize this isn't about HOA rules. Not really. It's about whether I belong, whether people like me get to claim space and dignity in places like this. What neither of us knew is that my son Micah was watching it all thanks to security cameras I didn't even know he'd installed because he worries about me living alone out here. He saw the whole humiliation play out and I had no idea what that would set in motion. Here's what Tracy didn't realize, the so-called maintenance worker she just tried to put in his place. He's the owner of the most valuable piece of land in the development zone. And my son, the quiet man on the 34th floor, he's the lead architect on a $5 billion project whose fate depends on getting my signature. That's right. Micah spent 5 years building this dream luxury condos marina 5-star resort around one keystone, this cottage, my cottage. She looked me dead in the eye and said, "This community has standards. Just because you have a legal right to be here doesn't mean you belong here." The eagles spun overhead, catching the breeze. And up in Seattle, my son's coffee mug shattered against his office window. Now here's a twist you didn't see coming. Tracy's husband, Rick Bellwether, he owns the construction company that's been desperate to land the main contract for the Lakefront Vista project. He sent everything from Seahawks tickets to steak dinners, trying to charm his way in, never knowing his wife just nuked his chances in a single morning. But wait, there's more. Micah's desk drawer holds a purchase agreement drafted but never signed for Tracy's glass palace, the one we'd planned to bulldoze for the new main entrance. She was about to make $15 million, enough to move to Malibu and never think about HOA meetings again. Now she was about to watch all that money go up in smoke, because sometimes karma's got a taste for irony. Micah called his assistant, cancel everything. All tours, all investor meetings, emergency call Monday 9 a.m. We're reevaluating every partnership. His voice, cool as ice, sharp as a blade, sent a chill down that entire tower. His father had just been disrespected on live video, and that was one line nobody crossed. "Someone just made the mistake of disrespecting my father," he said, "and they're about to learn some mistakes cost more than money." Meanwhile, Tracy's at home live streaming her community protection crusade. She posts a photo of my cottage, all passive-aggressive. When unauthorized individuals start maintenance projects, it affects us all. Stay vigilant. She tags neighbors, police, and her little squad of fellow complainers. Only this time her campaign goes viral for all the wrong reasons. The comments come in hot, some supporting her, most calling her out. Folks like Mrs. Chen and David Rodriguez start telling the truth. "Isaiah's the best neighbor we've got. He's done more for this place than anyone." Tracy's so blinded by her own power trip she doesn't see the tide turning. Now, while she's on Facebook Live ramping up her drama, Rick is sweating in his construction trailer watching his company circle the drain. Bellwether Construction employs 47 people families that'll be out of work before Christmas if this deal tanks. And Rick's nightmare is only getting started. Lakefront developer joins Tracy's stream asking pointed questions. "Do you realize your actions could kill the project your husband's company needs?" That comment sends a jolt through her, but instead of backing down, she doubles down, refusing to see reality even when it's flashing neon in her face. By Sunday morning, Rick's got an email from Micah, polite but deadly. Due to recent social media activity, Bellwether Construction is under immediate review for community compatibility. Tracy's still convinced she's the hero, refuses to apologize, refuses to step down. Instead, she emails Micah a magnanimous offer. "Let's have your father address our next HOA meeting to explain himself," as if Isaiah Copeland owes her anything. Within hours, the stories everywhere screenshotted, shared by real estate pros, circulated among investors. The economic bomb she dropped is about to detonate. Rick realizes he's finished. The connection he made years ago, putting Tracy as co-owner, means her actions aren't just personal, they're corporate. Bellwether Construction is out. 47 people out of work just like that. And Tracy. She wakes up to her victory phone buzzing with praise, totally unaware she's become the most hated woman in Lakewood Shores. Rick breaks the news Isaiah's son is the project architect, and their Facebook fiasco just cost them everything. Tracy's first reaction isn't remorse, it's, "How was I supposed to know important people don't look like maintenance workers?" That's when Rick realizes she's learned nothing. She never will. Fast forward to Monday, Courier at the door, legal letter in hand. Dragon Pacific Investments is pulling the plug, invoking a clause that means not only does the project die, but every family in Lakewood Shores now faces crushing property tax hikes to pay back millions already invested. Her live stream meltdown becomes the stuff of legend wine bottles, legal printouts, her kitchen transformed into a war room, while the rest of the community gathers in the rec center to vote her out of power forever. The final scene, Isaiah stands up at the meeting, dignity untouched, Lays it out plain, remove, Tracy, implement anti-discrimination, or Lakewood Shores will be blacklisted by every major developer for a generation. The motion passes 73-1. Tracy is gone, voted out by her own neighbors, banned from every leadership role, her community protection now a cautionary tale. 6 months later, Micah launches the Isaiah Copeland Community Development Initiative, $5 billion, aimed at building opportunities in neighborhoods that actually value dignity, justice, and the quiet strength it takes to do the right thing. Tracy, last I heard she's renting in Spokane, still ranting online to a loyal audience of a dozen people who think harassment is just good civic duty. Out on the lake, my brass eagle spins easy in the breeze, pointing true north like it always has, reminding anyone who cares to look that sometimes justice is just letting folks show the world exactly who they are. Racism's expensive. It'll cost you everything. Now, I want to hear what you think was justice served, or did the punishment go too far? Where's the line between protecting standards and protecting people? Drop your thoughts below, because honestly, I'm still figuring it out myself.
Xin chào các bạn, mình là Trinh, mình phụ trách viết content. Trên đây là những công việc của mình là mình lên.
Vamos supor, você falou negócio sério. It is cold, yeah.
Next one? Alright. Let somebody know, please.
After the tree to hold on to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Use the fence.